We're back. The time is now.
Yes, now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NUFC Talk TV live here today, Monday midday or morning in the U.S., wherever you're at, and it would be probably afternoon in Australia. So, Corey, if you're watching, let us know in the chat. Folks, don't forget, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We got you a news update today, and of course, we will be back with the panel with the fans later on at 9:30 tonight. But before that, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. You can super chat if you want to help us support the channel. Super chat, hit the $sign, and continue to grow to help us grow and donate. You can give memberships away. You can become a member yourself and enjoy exclusive content. We already started doing exclusive content for members this start of the Premier League season. We're going to continue to do that. So if you want to enjoy every single show, please become a member of the NTTV Plus tier, $4.99. It gets you everything that we put out for everybody. Everything that we put out, you get it 100%. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Chris, the American Mag. And right here, Mighty Win.
Hi, hi. Prove that we're wangers.
There you go. Mighty Win is in the building. So what's happening then? Good morning, good afternoon, mate. All good?
All good. Not as good as our Mackham cousins are.
Oh, man, the Mackhams are going nuts,
They'll
man.
be spending every hour of the waking day looking at the table and going,
I tell you what, though,
as would we be doing.
Their signings are in this first game, in this first game, have proven to become correct. They're pretty good team, quite honestly, and the atmosphere was proper as well. So the Mackham celebrating, making a statement that they are back in the Premier League. So we must bring it as well. And I don't think there's going to be any short of amazing the atmosphere, because we also have statements to make from the stands this weekend. This Monday, actually, coming up. It's going to be a feisty one, and hopefully it doesn't get out of hand, because it's got the condiments to do that. This coming up Monday, we got a long week, a long schedule for us. But regardless, we'll be here happy today. What are you doing at 3 p.m.? I asked you a question, man. You never responded to me. 3 p.m. on Saturday.
3 p.m. on Saturday. I have no idea.
You ain't doing shite, man. Just say what you're doing, man. Staying home, eating your frozen spaghetti.
If it's a lovely day, I'd probably be out having a pint somewhere.
No, you won't. Stop lying, man. Anyways, folks, smash the like button. Come on, please help us out. Do that right now. I see the show. Actually, let me go to the chat, man. Who's out there watching? Darren Lee, Tony Hunter. There you go. Toon Lad. Everyone out there, appreciate you for your kind support. Smash the like button, as I say. I can't say it enough. Jay as well. Semenyo, please. Can we get Semenyo, please? Semenyo, what's up? We did the watch along, by the way, on RCM Football. The link is in the chat. You can subscribe to that one. It's our second channel. We're starting to put content out there. A lot of you have recommended that we watch Premier League games, that we do watch alongs. Me and the Mighty Win are going to start doing that. We're going to do Fridays, Chelsea, West Ham. That's going to be an interesting one. But we did Liverpool, Bournemouth. And that turned out to be a really good game to watch, Mighty. Come on, you cannot deny.
I cannot deny. It was a brilliant game to watch.
And it's more relaxed when we watch other teams.
Ruined only by the antics afterwards, where they spent no time at all talking
about the game.
Talking about the game and all about one arsehole in the crowd.
Yeah, that's true. That's true as well.
And then all of a sudden blaming the whole of Britain's racial disharmony on football instead of blaming it on thousands of bloody immigrants coming over the channel.
That could be an issue as well.
To try and blame football for any racial disharmony in this country is just totally looking in the wrong direction. They want to be looking at the successive governments who've allowed it to happen.
Yep.
But let's not get into politics.
Yeah, well, I agree. They should have been talking about that. A wonderful game. Semenyo did amazing.
It was brought into politics by all these spouty mouths saying, "Oh, it's football's fault. It's football's fault." Is it bollocks?
Football is the most exclusive sport in the world. So I
Most
there's
inclusive sport, you mean?
I mean, inclusive. Sorry, sorry, I meant to say that inclusive. Yeah, I mean, listen, Steve Gotti spot on when, yeah, exactly. I think it should have been talked about the game for the most part, and as long as you dealt with the idiot, you dealt with the asshole, he's gone, banned forever. So that's that. It's dealt with, and that should be actually. Oh, if you want to talk about it, talk about that. How quickly
by the way,
how quickly it was done and
it was
identified.
it was the rest of the crowd that identified him.
Yeah, yeah. And by the way, it's not the first time, from what I hear, not the first time that he's been rowdy and he's been throwing his gum at players. He did it again against Semenyo. So what's going on there? It should have been out a long time ago. And season ticket holders, it doesn't matter who you are, got to get going. And they did it. They dealt with it accordingly, and it should have been praised as well. That the asshole won't ever come back to a football game, and it should be made an example, so other fans that ever think about doing that won't do that. Plain and simple. So there you go. But it was a wonderful game, man. Semenyo was on fire. I mean, Semenyo was on fire. I said we should have signed him a long time ago, but people here don't listen.
Well, we were connected to him, but I didn't see any actual
connected
firm bids or anything.
I'm tired of being connected. I'm tired of being alerted.
But having said that, listen, if we'd signed Semenyo, we would have had all the knackers out in that force saying, you only ever buys players from Bournemouth,
That would only be the case if it was a wank player from Bournemouth, not a good player from Bournemouth. Let's be honest. But we got some interesting news to talk about here, because now things are starting to get hot when it comes to the Yoen Wissa or Wissa. Since he's African, I think that it would be Wissa instead of Wissa. I think it's Wissa. But we'll see. We'll see when he. Well, I don't think he's done the Premier League pronunciation of names, because he's not right now. He's not. He's training with the other rejects. So, but when he comes to the Toon, I'm sure they'll ask him, "How do you say your name?" But that's if he comes to the Toon, because now Craig Hope is saying, ladies and gentlemen, that Newcastle still focused on a deal to Yoen Wissa, and in next 24 hours will be key. Word over weekend of Brentford sticking to a £50 million valuation, and reports today that is £60 million now. So it's a little bit sneaky. Now that they got their man, they're playing hardball. They're raising the price. Liverpool fans, I'm going to beat you to it. Now they're saying they have the right to do that because Newcastle doing 150 now. I understand, and they do have the right to do that. But we never told Liverpool, we'll do 80 million, and then we changed our mind to 150. We never did that. It was always 150. So now Brentford are kind of going back on their word a little bit. They might be entitled to it, but mighty win if it goes to 60 million.
We are knackered.
And if we pay for it,
prove that we're wangers.
There you go. Speak.
I would say to get the deal over the line, if you've got to pay 50, pay 50. I definitely wouldn't go to 16. Not bear in mind that the original price that was being bandied around was 27 million. That was allegedly what he was told last year. That if a Champions League team comes in, we'll let you go for 27 million. So to get from 27 to 60. But again, that 27 million, bear in mind, that price was set before he went on to score 19 Premier League goals. So those goals that he scored obviously do increase his value, quite rightly. But double, I'm not so sure.
Well, 60 million is a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money. You're literally...
Well, it is and it isn't.
But you're literally talking about 10, 20 short from the replacement of Isak. So...
well, you're talking 30 short of I could take you. But again, he's older and the contract length, etc., etc., etc. But Steve Gotti there saying they won't pay 50, and
Yeah.
I think that because they've got to put themselves in the position, if they capitulate here, everybody will be doing it. So, we'll be getting that so-called Saudi tax again. Having said that, we are desperate, man. We're desperate now. We are desperate. We weren't desperate a few weeks back when we were talking. We're desperate now, right enough.
Mm-hmm.
We need 2 strikers in.
Yeah, we do. And that's the problem. We wish us 60 million. I wonder what they want. Crystal Palace want for Mateta.
And
I'll be in for Mateta.
And bear in mind, we're going to be without Wissa for at least a month during the African Cup of Nations.
That's interesting here. Darren Lee says we should offer 35 million plus a Sula on loan.
I don't know that would never float. I don't
With
think so,
Brentford.
anyway.
You're talking about with Brentford, or with us? That we wouldn't let Osula go. I'm asking. Do you think that Brentford won't take Osula on the loan?
Well, I wouldn't know. I was them.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've got cleverer people working for them than I am.
Jay says Wissa's not worth 50 million. Sorry. I don't know, man. I've also watched a few videos of him, and he's a pretty decent finisher, pretty savvy finisher, quick player. So I wouldn't denigrate his skills either. But I mean, 60 million. But it looks like Brentford are trying to play that game now. Now they're secure their forward. That it's I don't understand why we couldn't say, okay, we want to wait for you to get your striker, but we can still work on the deal, on the fee, and wait until we sign when you get your striker. I don't understand why we couldn't have done that, unless Brentford said, no, we can't do nothing until we absolutely get the player in. But
Brentford have got the whip hand, haven't
Yeah.
they?
So it's I don't know. It's kind of weird. And Newcastle won't deal at those numbers, says Craig Hope. PIF simply would not allow it, but are hopeful of reaching agreement when talks resume today. They're still looking for the 2 strikers that would allow them to consider the Isak sale. It has been the plan all summer. Ramos remains an option, but if Wissa does not happen, the chances of Isak going reduce significantly. Newcastle have waited, knowing Wissa's desire, but an outcome either way is needed now. And I think that this week is going to be the week to know if Wissa is coming or not.
I think it's going to be next couple of days because we've got to get some more ducks in a row, haven't we? I mean, I'm sure they've already got other ducks in a row. But
I do agree. So that's
on the basis that we need 2 strikers, I would go and get the other one anyway, and then from Brentford's point of view, that's we aren't as desperate then, so they'll know that they can't hold out for as much as they were hoping for.
Ad says hi,
Chris. Get that deal done.
Hi, Chris and Wayne. Let's hope we get Wissa. And by the way, it's interesting because Mark Wagstaff says if he's from East Africa, it'll be pronounced Wissa. It used to be a German colony. That's an interesting piece of knowledge there. It could be. Hi, Chris and Wayne. Let's hope we get Wissa before the Liverpool game. Definitely need to get 2 strikers in if Isak's there. Well, that's the problem right there. And then now you're starting to enlighten me a little bit because it is true. We need to have a striker in for the Liverpool game, and quite honestly, a striker in by tomorrow probably, so he can train and get acclimated by Monday, which it could be very much possible. But man, if it's not him,
we need somebody through the door in PDQ.
But I don't know who else other than Mateta, and I don't think I've seen one link of one guy doing it, but I don't think Newcastle are interested, man.
Well, apparently the Volta link is gaining traction. Bayern Munich have pulled out now, so that's one less competition for him.
So Darren releases to get Semenyo in and offer them Wasula, but Semenyo's not a center forward though. That's the problem.
Semenyo.
So he'll be on the wing more than less. So Vincent says, are we desperate enough to pay 60 million for Wissa?
Well, that's I think 60. I cannot see them paying 60 million.
Well, no, I mean Kirk Hope is saying that it won't happen. The PIF will not sanction it.
Yeah.
And but if we've known they wanted 50, we've said before, because I'm now starting to remember, we can't backtrack, that it was 50 at the time, and we said just pay the money, and you agreed. So would you go for 50?
Yeah, I've just said I would go to 50, but I wouldn't go over 50.
Yeah.
And 50 under sufferance because we're desperate.
Yeah, true. NUFC Truth says, Chris, question. Chris go steal Kilimundo from Forest. They haven't signed him yet. That's a steal. I don't know the stats. What is the stats on him?
Let's have a look.
Kilimundo. But it would have to be backup. That's the backup. And quite honestly, I would go for Mateta. I don't know why we're not in for Mateta. Mateta is, a serious striker, man. Even watching them play against Chelsea, right? Yeah, Chelsea. He just his posture, his size, his strength. It's just crazy. He's quick as well. People don't give him that, but he's quick, not running or accelerating, but quick to make moves, to shoot. I'm all for Mateta.
According to the information I've got here, Callum Wendo's is contracted to Forest until June 2030. 23 years old, so I think they must have signed him or whatever. Mm-hmm. Whoever was saying they haven't signed him yet. Raise. Haven't signed him yet. Raise a steal. I don't know what that means.
Vincent, I don't think Palace would let Mateta go that easily. Parrish would be a pain to deal with. Yeah, but we can't keep keeping that stereotype of Parrish. You just got to go out there and try, man. It is what it is. But we got to go out there and try. See, how much would you sell Mateta for? Now, there's things going on about Guehi, and Guehi, which is kind of weird. His manager, at the end of the game, trying to give him a handshake, and he looked at him, ignored him, kept walking. Unheard of from Guehi, really, because he's usually a polite guy. But maybe he told him, I don't want to play. I don't want to get myself hurt because I'm going to Liverpool. And then he put him anyway, Glasner. Maybe that had to do with it. But, yeah, he ignored him on plain sight, in camera. Yeah, and Roy Keane was saying, it might be nothing, and it's just he doesn't understand why the new managers now, want to shake hands with everybody. It's maybe people saying also maybe he wanted to take a piss and just went to the bathroom. But no, he looked at him. Glasner was telling him to come here, and he looked at him and ignored him and kept walking. So I don't know if you can make anything out of that one, but. Relationship might be gone by then, and that also unfortunately means that he'll go to Liverpool, and that to me is a gut punch because I've always been in love with Guehi, and I think he's going to be England's best center back in modern history. Ooh, that's a statement and a half.
Woof.
That's a statement and a half. He is, man. There's nobody else better than
man.
In the last 5 years, there's not a better center back. Well, you can say Stones a little bit, but he gets hurt all the time. So what's the point? So he's not then. So I would definitely be having Guehi in one of those high positions. Look, man, they get Guehi Liverpool are pretty good, and they definitely need somebody like him at this point. They need Guehi more than they need Isak. If you watch the Liverpool Bournemouth game, they were split open like a motor highway that the Insulate Britain sit on all day. So, anyways, that's neither here nor there. Chris must have never heard of Thiaw, Travis Ferret. I'm talking about England. England is in English. So Malik Thiaw, man, I'm actually extremely excited for him, and he needs to play against Liverpool now. That's the problem, though. Eddie's not going to put him against Liverpool, is he?
We'll see.
I mean, I would be.
Hey, listen, how on the back of Schär's and Burns' performance on Saturday.
Stop, Win. Stop. And then here we go again with the same romanticism nonsense, man. Yeah, just put the damn player you bought for that position. Stop funnying around. Put the man in there. He is as fast as a puma, man.
What have we found everywhere on the pitch when there is competition for places? The players up their games. We've seen it time and time again.
And so
Schär there now, he knows that he's got somebody just waiting to get into this. He knows he's got to be at the top of his game, and at the top of his game he was.
Oh, my God. So are you saying so that means Thiaw will just not get it? We bought him for the bench. Squad depth. So there you go. He's squad depth. The kid that plays for Germany, squad depth.
And as long as Schär performs like he did on Saturday, why would you want to replace him?
Because the other one's better.
Well, you don't know that.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that I would give him a shot.
No, Schär at his best.
He's not better than
quality.
Yeah, it's quality. I'm not saying that, but why do you have to hold on to the memories, man, instead of moving on with the times?
On Saturday's performance, they're not memories. They're current.
I quite honestly did not. I thought they had a good game. I give them 7s, I think. So if you missed it, that's a member show, player scores. So I think I give them a 7. But
I mean, on Saturday, first time ever for Schär, 5 out of 5 aerial duels won.
Yeah, but that is not in the cup. Just because somebody does that out of nowhere, that's not an accomplishment. He's a center back, man. He's a center back.
What I'm saying is it proves he's playing at the top of his game.
Yeah, so we're not gonna see Malik Thiaw there for the next 6 months. So what game we play in the next 6 months? Can you find out when he's gonna play in the next 6 months, please? Help me out.
He'll be as soon as Schär's game drops. And also, there's nothing to stop him coming on. He doesn't have to start. He can come on halfway through the game, rest legs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Looking back on Saturday's game, I was kind of think we might have missed a trick because we took Elanga off just after the sending off, and to me, that's when he could probably have been more effective against the 10 men.
In hindsight, I do agree. I actually thought about it at the time, but I didn't say it. So that's my fault. But I thought Ilanga's substitution shouldn't have happened.
I think the other thing that it proved was that Murphy isn't as effective coming on as a sub.
Yeah, but that is not a reason enough. Because I'm gonna beat you to the punch already. Because I know what you're gonna say. That's not a reason enough to put him as a starter over Elanga. You don't put your worst players just because they can't be impact subs. That means you replace your worst players. You don't give them more time or more protagonism. So no, we're not gonna play Jacob Murphy over Elanga just because he's not bothered enough to be a good sub. So anyway, continue.
We finished now, eh?
Yeah, I just said what you said, so you have nothing to say, do you? Exactly.
That's all I'm saying. And by the way, would I start Murphy in place of Elanga? No, I wouldn't. But I would have liked to have seen Elanga given a few more minutes against... bear in mind he'd run his socks off anyway. So would I like to have seen Elanga given a few more minutes against 10 men? Probably yes, I would, on reflection.
And I don't know that he was tired. So... I get it if he was tired, but I mean I couldn't tell. Obviously, it could have been. He could have told him I'm knackered, and that's fine. But I didn't think so. Genoa says no one from the starting 11 on Saturday should be certain of their place in the team. We didn't win. Exactly. It's not about we get lost, and that's my issue. We get lost in that, and it feels like what an accomplishment, man. We just Aston Villa, the greatest team in the history of football. We just got a point away. No.
Last season, we didn't keep a clean sheet
Yeah, and the season before we knackered them. So what are you
Last
talking about?
season, we didn't keep a clean sheet away from home against any of the top 12 teams.
And the season before that, we went out there, beat them 4-1, I think. So, you know.
I'm talking about last season.
Okay, I'm
Clean
talking about the
sheet.
season before. Not even the season before, I don't think.
That's already one clean sheet. Last season, we lost.
Yeah, but you
Every
celebrate
away,
when
we lost every away game against the top 6.
when you're celebrating these minor victories, man, that it's just laughable at times, man. I get you, I understand you, and I think you're right. Yeah, that's a good thing, good stuff, man. But that's all it deserves. Just 1.5 applause right there. That's it. It's not about you. You right now. This is you, man. You got the champagne out. You're like this. Yeah, we didn't lose a Villa. And everybody's looking at you like, who the hell is this guy, man? You just tell them it. You got to just. It is what it is. A good thing, a good attribute, a good characteristic, a good point, a good. You got it. But we got to look at the bigger picture, man. We're not in the business of not losing points against Villa.
We started this talking about Malik coming in for Schär.
I think the Malik Thiaw
Right?
is.
So what I'm saying is Schär and Burn on Saturday didn't allow a single shot on target in the first half.
Yeah, no. But you got to watch the game and actually see.
Yeah, I was watching.
They didn't.
We were completely controlling that game.
Yeah, but that was a team effort, and I agree that we play better. We play better than them. We play better than them. However, I agree with Ginesta as well. By the way, it says Thiaw is not only Schär's competitor. He's comfortable. Yeah, he can play either side. He can play either side. So he can play.
And we might need him though because Botman's made of glass.
Yeah, but actually, Botman's not playing there. So you need to get rid of Bird.
No, we don't need to get rid of Burn. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you do, man. He's on the left side. So and actually, if Botman is going to be on top of in place of Burn, I don't think that Thiaw is going to come in for Burn. I think eventually it's going to have to be
Eventually it'll be Botman Cho.
Yeah, but if you know that that's eventually, why can't you accelerate? If you know that is the special strongest combo you can have, why do we have to look at that?
I don't agree that right now. Burn is playing out of his skin right now. He was
out of his skin, man.
Prove that we're wangers.
Oh my God, out of his skin. Wayne, come on, man. Like these man, you are the only one that talks about English. The English language, man. The terminology that you're using right now.
Well, that's good. Game and Magpie, thank you very much. 79 pence.
Thank you very much indeed for that kind super chat. The game named Magpie. It's 0.79 from him. Thank you very much indeed, mate. Appreciate you. But come on, man. The terminology, man. He should be a politician because he says Burn is playing out of his skin right now. We play one game against Aston Villa. Get out of here, man. Come on, man.
So he's got a 100% record this season. 100% playing out of his skin.
Look, man.
Man of the match.
If you're going to use those stats, yeah, you're right. Because Malik Thiaw is not playing out of his skin this season. Yeah, you're right. You won the debate, mate. You won the debate. Yeah. He hasn't had a damn minute yet. So, James, because he is, Chris, Burn has been outstanding for the last few months. Correct. How can we say the last few months? What are we talking about here, man? What are we talking about?
The last few playing months. Forget about the close season. He finished last season like a train, including getting his England goal up and playing brilliantly for England.
I told you. I praised him when he got to England.
Right. So you don't drop current England in the nationals.
Yeah, but for a German international, yeah, I think so. I think I would, yeah.
But he's not a German international.
Yeah, well, he gets called up for Germany. He does. Yeah.
It's about 3 years since he last played for Germany.
You don't know that Burn is the starting center back for England. He gets switched all the time for Mark Guehi, so definitely he'll be sit down. He'll be on the bench. Joe Linton says Chris has something against them. No, I got nothing against them.
Indeed, he has J7. Yes, he has.
Jake says Chris is so negative. I agree. No, I'm not. It's common sense, objective mind, critical thinking, which is not illegal yet.
Your common sense, your critical thinking.
Because I think what I wanted to do was better for the team. And if we sign Malik
Yeah,
Thiaw
so
for a
do I.
reason, we need to put him on the pitch and let him perform. And if he
Malik,
doesn't,
Malik Chow was
and
signed
if he doesn't perform,
was
then
signed to replace Schär, who had quite a few dodgy games last season. And as I say, the one place you want a centre back to excel is in the air, and Schär has been notably deficient in aerial defence. Yesterday, 5 out of 5. He's up in his game, coming to the table, putting all the meat on the grill.
Man, look, man. Jason says last few months of games, question mark. What's Chris's problem? Arguing for argument's sake. But are you agreeing with me or not? It says last few months of games. Last few months of games we haven't played other than the preseason games. So I mean, come on, man. It is cheating when you say he's been playing
about the last game. Let's say the last 10 games he played at the back end of last season.
Yeah, but that was last season.
Yeah, well, that's his latest body of work.
And Botman was injured as well, so he couldn't play.
Well, that's
So what are you talking about?
You had an argument pick. I've just said he's made of glass.
No, I'm talking about.
What's the
I'm
best ability?
What,
The best ability is availability, and Botman isn't available.
But I'm saying that Botman, he's available now. So you're saying that you're okay with him playing over Burn then, Botman, because he's going to.
When is he going to?
Maybe against Liverpool. Who knows? But every time Botman has been fit to play, he's been playing.
He may well play against Liverpool because I think we might go 3 at the back.
Every time. Thank you. I'm gonna say we got a new super chat here from the Gaming Magpie. Thank you for the £1.99. Thank you, mate. Says Burn is in the form of his life. He's not dropped.
Correct.
Okay, in the form of his life. But we gotta assess what form of his life means, because I mean.
It means he's playing bloody well. That's what it means.
I may be the skinniest I've ever been. That means I'm skinny. So I'm just saying, just putting it out there. But every time that Botman has been fit to play, he's played over Burn. No questions asked. He's been, and that's according to your God, Eddie Howe. So more than likely, when he is 100%, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He was injured for the longest time. He came back on. And he started out of nowhere. We didn't even think he was going to play him, and boom, he played him. He was available that week, and that weekend he played when Botman came back from his long injury.
Yeah, and Botman replaced Schär. It was Botman and Burn that played.
I'm pretty sure Botman replaced Bayern a lot of times.
No,
I may be wrong, but we might go. Okay, well let's go back to it and double check. Let's go back to it and double check. I'm pretty sure Burn was benched a couple of times. But I'm saying, my question is, if we think that Botman and Thiaw are going to be that center back pair moving forward, how long does it take? Because they need games, right? Because people in the chat saying Thiaw needs Premier League. He's not Prem proven. He needs Premier League games. So when is he? Is the chicken or the egg? What are we going to do then? When is he going to play? When is he going to get game time to be ready to play? Interesting. I mean, I'm just asking a legitimate question.
Played 37 Premier League games last year. He missed one, and that was the one when he was suspended. So he played every single game.
Every single Premier League game.
Every single Premier League game. He played 7 AFL games, 2 FA Cup games. Ever present, almost.
Okay. I'm just saying, is he better than Malik Thiaw? Is Schär better than Malik Thiaw?
I'll be honest, I haven't seen enough of Malik Thiaw to know how good he is.
Yeah, but according to you,
I haven't seen Malik Thiaw playing in the Prem.
But according to you, so how are we going to know? How are we going to know? Jake says he just came for fuck's sake. Yeah, but he didn't come as a Pivas that you're going to have to see 20 years for him to see if he's ready. This is Malik Thiaw, center back for AC Milan, one of the biggest clubs in the history of football. So we need to put a little bit of a respect when it comes to these players that are the same thing with Tonali.
He also wasn't an ever present for AC Milan.
He is playing for AC Milan, man. Come on, man. Actually, Massimiliano Allegri told him, "I don't want you to be sold." He told him, tried to persuade him to stay, but he didn't. He wanted to come to Newcastle. So you tell me, Massimiliano Allegri is a numpty as well. Come on, man. See. I understand though, but listen, I have nothing against the fans that, like you, for example, and like Jake, like the wonderful fans that are watching us. They have, they have a romanticism in this whole situation, which I appreciate, and I think is cool, nice, lovely. You guys are are in love with the Geordie lad playing. I think that's wonderful. That's great stuff. I think that's pretty good.
Played 22 games last year.
Love story. That's wonderful. But we got to start thinking, objectively. We got to see what's better for the team. We got to try it out. Because if we just got this signing, we have to be able to try it out. If we don't, then what are we doing here? Well, what's the point of getting these signings if they're not going to get the playing time? If the same players are going to play over and over again, it's something. It's just something to think about.
Well, that's the whole point. We're going to have to start rotating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't want to see Malik Thiaw against Bromley. I hope that's not when he plays. So I want to see Malik Thiaw against proper teams, because I tell you what, though, if you think about Liverpool's attack, they're pretty quick, and I would hate
Hank Hill there, I'll tell you what.
They're pretty quick, and Bayern will not be able to keep up with Ekitiki. No way in hell that's going to happen. So I'm just saying. And by the way, I'm not so keen on Botman. I think Botman is quick, but not that quick.
He's not
but
that's
he's quicker. He's quicker than Bayern, though. He's quicker than Bayern, 100%. Botman is. So, but Malik Thiaw on a break, he might help you. I'm telling you, man. You might be able to put him in with Bayern, because I've actually imagined this in my head a lot of times. As I'm just doing nothing, sitting around the house, I got this image in my head of Bayern screwing up, losing the ball, and Malik Thiaw, boom, sweeping that ball away from the attacker, saving our lives. So it might just be that he plays with Botman. With Bayern.
Is that not informative? That's the image that's in your mind. Burn screwing up
because
being rescued.
No, but because it would be easy for him to lose the ball, Bayern, and not catch up to the attacker. I mean, it happens when he's not going to. He's physically not able to.
It would be equally as likely that he'll make a superb tackle and intercept.
Yeah, no, but when you think about
so often,
when you think about defenders, you got to think about defending. So I could care less if he can be a 10 than Bayern. But defending, if he loses the ball, Malik Thiaw can completely catch up to Semenyo, for example, steal the ball and help the team. Try to imagine that the other way, and quite honestly, it doesn't work out, does it? I mean, if Malik Thiaw loses the ball, you think Bayern is going to catch up to Semenyo? You would say yes. There you go. Exactly. Okay, then. So I mean, it proves what we're talking about, and I think that it's wonderful. It's wonderful out there that we still got romance involved in football. I think that is lovely and wonderful. A bit naive, but it is wonderful nonetheless. So, Vincent, has Bayern made any noticeable mistakes recently, though, Chris? A few things that I don't like him going forward, like a numpty. I don't like that. But you can say, but quite honestly, I will agree with you. No, he has not made any clear mistakes. But I tell you what, if he does,
and yet in your mind, in your daydreams, he's making mistakes all the time.
No. I'm saying, but if he does, we need to be able to have somebody that can help him out and help the defense.
And that applies.
I don't think that's Fabian Schär. I don't think that's Fabian Schär. So we're gonna have to make an adjustment there, and I think Eddie is gonna have to do something. I mean, Gary was saying that he might go with a back three for Liverpool, which would be interesting.
I think he will.
Yeah.
Although he didn't in the cup final, of course. Everybody was half expecting it in the cup final, and he didn't.
Hit the like button, folks. Come on now. We only got 74 likes. Man, what the hell is that, man? That is rubbish. Come on now, folks. Come on. Smash the like button. Don't be lazy, man. Don't be lazy. Hit the like button. It doesn't cost you a dime. Hit the like button. Help us support the channel, please. We got Ramsey in the door, though. Jacob Ramsey, Newcastle United player now. So, what do you make of that one? What have you heard him speak? The videos of him speaking. I want to know what accent that is, because I don't make it to be a Brummie accent. But I don't know.
I don't know where he was from. He's been at Aston Villa since he was 7 or something, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, exactly. He's a Villa lad. So Jason, I think he's a good signing. I think it's a gamble, but a good gamble, I would say. So
Well, Mings and McGinn are waxing lyrical about him. Urging Villa fans not to, uh, show negative feelings towards him because, by all accounts, which is not a good thing, but by all accounts, he didn't really want to come. He was quite happy at Villa, and they rate him, and they're saying, it's circumstances which have driven him out the door. Now, what those circumstances are, there's been talk about some kind of fallout with Emery, and the other side of the coin is PSR, that they've had to, because he's homegrown, they can make more money by selling homegrown, so they've had to sell him for PSR purposes. That was noticeable on Saturday. The chant around the whole stadium, both sets of fans, fuck off PSR, basically.
yeah, that was a good one. Yep.
That was ringing around all the time, because PSR is killing the game as far as I'm concerned. That's a whole, program in itself. That I don't know what on earth the Premier League think restricting teams' spending is doing for the image of the Premier League.
It's not good.
Surely you want to have as many teams as possible challenging for
That
it.
will make the league only better.
Of course it would.
Around the
Doesn't make
world,
any
and
sense at all. Yeah, okay. If you want to prevent clubs going bust, but that's dead simple.
that ain't got nothing to do with it, man.
Don't let them borrow.
That ain't got nothing to do with it, because there has been no threat of a club going down. No threat of any club going down there, other than the little clubs. Like I think Birmingham, Reading, I believe was one of them, and then I don't know if Queen's Park Rangers.
They're still there.
But they're still there.
Everybody that they quote, Portsmouth is one of the big ones that they keep on citing. They're still there.
Yeah. So it doesn't usually happen. So I don't think it's PSR. Trust me. I think they got bigger problems than PSR. So I think it's rubbish, and I think it would only attract bigger names to come to the Premier League. The more teams available, there's only so many spots a center forward can play for in the league right now. For example, a huge, big talent. Say a Haaland emerges, and there's only right now 4 or 5 teams that could pay for him, but they all got center forwards already. So they have to go to other leagues, other countries, and instead of the better you let other teams be, if they can, then the better you are. So, but that they don't look at it that way. It's something. It's got to be something hidden that more sinister than what we think. And hopefully they fix it soon enough. But yeah, a lot of his teammates didn't want him to go, Ramsey, but he's gone nonetheless.
Put this into perspective. We have a week to go to get a striker, or we are knackered. We are knackered.
There you go. So Ramsey through the door, ladies and gents. That's going to be a good one. All right. So I guess this post of mine, I don't know what's happening, man. But these ex posts of mine go viral at times, and I didn't even do nothing but just congratulated a player, and now it's got 16,000 people interacting with it. And it's not crazy viral like the other ones, but I think it might get to that point just by looking at the how it's going. And I put this out there. Follow me at CTA Magpie, which stands for Chris the American Mag. So CTA Magpie, follow me there, and follow NUFC Talk TV as well on X at NUFC Talk TV. And I put this out there.
But if you're watching on X, come on to YouTube and give us a like.
Yeah. I put this out there. Look, before I forget, because I was watching Chelsea Crystal Palace. Oh, yeah, before I forget, big up Ebereki for showing real professionalism. Once a move this summer, but still giving everything for Palace. Compare that with Isak, who's embarrassed himself all summer. Respect for Eze for keeping it classy. That's all I said. What is nothing wrong with that? And he scored an unbelievable goal, by the way. And
Yeah.
he is a proper England international. And
Goal
people
ever was.
and people in the chats killing me about the total. The difference is they kept their promises to the player. Says this guy. I guess we promised something to Isak. We didn't oblige. But all of that nonsense. And by the way, tonight we have a Liverpool fan coming in, Ben from Born in Red on YouTube. Nice little channel. I think over 16,000 subs or something like that. He's one of the hosts there, one of the panelists, part of that channel. So he's coming on tonight to have a conversation with us, discussion / debate / whatever. So we got Philip as well from Toon Tactics, me, Gary, and you. So we're going to be having a conversation and about this whole Isak situation and see how they look at it from their perspective. And but what's wrong with that? It's unbelievable, man. He's showing up for Palace. What's the issue? I think that's the way Isak should have handled himself. You know, in this,
Absolutely.
yeah, people having an issue with that. I'm not too sure. DK coming in with the super chat here. DK35 says Nkunku moved to Bayern off. Why can't we move? Thank you very much indeed, DK35 for that super chat. And
Well,
Nkunku,
would you
I
have
wouldn't be
Nkunku?
opposed to Nkunku.
I
Nkunku,
would.
yeah, I would. I mean, people talk about injuries a little bit, but listen,
Oh,
I, I, that's
I
bollocks,
don't
man.
think he's all that. He's better than what we've got.
I would go in for Nkunku. And the problem is that Bayern went alone and Chelsea went the permanent deal. We were linked with him a couple of weeks back, so why not? Nkunku is a very potent, strong, good size, fast. I mean, a good center forward to have. So yeah.
I don't think he's got the brain.
But the problem is how much money they
Well,
want for.
I hope he goes to Bayern because that'll definitely kill their interest in Voldemort.
No, I don't want that. He won't go to Bayern anyway. But I don't want that because I want them to be in for Isak next season. I want all of them to not have a center forward for Isak, so we don't sell him to Liverpool. That's my thought process. So people having an issue with me for that statement, and they send me this under the comments. This here, and let's discuss that a little bit. Because there's a screenshot of at the time when we were in for Gordon. Anthony Gordon has told Everton he has no intentions of returning to the club as he tries to force a move to Newcastle. The 21-year-old has not turned up for training for 3 days. Mail Sport. So, and they talk about me being a hypocrite for this, and us being hypocrite fans because we didn't say anything at the time. Well, we didn't have a channel at the time, so I guess we couldn't say anything publicly.
But the other thing there was, though, the Everton fans
They wanted him out.
had
Exactly.
turned against Gordon. They were giving him abuse on his way into training and everything. The Everton fans did that. He made a cock up against Southampton, apparently, and in his last game in a blue shirt. And thereafter, the Everton fans themselves were giving him dogs abuse.
Yeah, I think that the situation with him was that both clubs wanted him out. It was Everton and Newcastle. So if you ask me if it's okay for him not to turn up to training, no, it isn't. So I don't know what you want me to. I can't change. I'm not going to change my mind. It's not good for a player not to do his job. He can want to move, but yeah, it's not good. So what do you want me to say? There's nothing. This is not a got you moment. And the same with Wissa. It's none of that. So I mean, Liverpool fans can say what they want. You were extremely. I can point out a screenshot as well from you berating Coutinho, Suarez, and Steven Gerrard, even a boy that came out of your loin because they wanted to leave. So we all got these things. Don't make it right. I don't know if Gerrard didn't turn up for training or Suarez or Coutinho. I don't know, but I know they wanted to leave to Barcelona because they're a bigger club, man. And you got more Champions Leagues than them. They do, which is nuts, by one. But they wanted to leave to Barcelona because it is the epitome of a footballer. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, all of those, there's royalty. So And I think Liverpool is as well, but
Absolutely,
by
I'm
no
not
means,
having that.
by no means necessary.
We've got a bit
But
of
unfortunately,
Liverpool rhetoric going on in the Toon now for obvious reasons. But
no,
there's
there are royalty.
nobody's telling me that Bayern Munich are a bigger club than
Well,
Liverpool.
you can say that, but a lot of people think that. A lot of people think
Tell
that.
me.
So it's a.
Not a
I mean,
chance globally.
no, I don't know about that. Bayern Munich globally, I think is bigger than Liverpool.
No, not a chance.
I think so. Listen, I like Liverpool. I appreciate Liverpool, and again, I think it's the biggest club in England. But I'm just saying, man, there were all these rumors, right? That what's his name? Luis Diaz didn't want to go to anywhere. He only wanted Barcelona, or else he wasn't going to go anywhere. Bayern Munich came in, boom, boom, he's gone. I'm just saying it happens, in multiple ways, on the other way as well. So I'm not denying Liverpool whatsoever, but I would think that if Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona come in for Isak, he would choose one of those over Liverpool. But that's just my. And you can say he would choose Liverpool over Bayern Munich, blah blah blah. But that's fine. But not debating that. I'm okay. So well, I'll tell you, Adam Carroll. I'll tell you what. I growing up didn't even think of Liverpool, and I grew up in Peru, and I always knew about Bayern Munich. So I'm just saying, and that's my personal experience from a country that has nothing to do in this situation. I saw Bayern Munich shirts all over the place when I grew up, and then as the 2000s it started emerging, then I started seeing Steven Gerrard, I started seeing all those shirts around as well. So I'm not denying that, but I can't take an English person's word over that. You know what I'm saying? Because you have a bias to it. You do. So I'm just saying. That's my thought, though. But anyway, let's see what people in Uganda, what shirts are around, and judge from that. A lot of Phillips shirts from Chelsea as well when I was growing up, man. That's crazy. A lot of those. All right. So I got one more thing as well about, according to, we need to talk about this. It's kind of weird. Now, this is a video that Adam Pearson put out there, but it is about Sky Sports editing the rant of fans on the Newcastle away end, singing about there's one gritty bastard, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And they placed the players and managers clapping like what they were doing at the end of the game, thanking the fans for showing up, but the fans weren't singing that in that particular moment. But they edited the clip as if the players and managers were clapping at fans singing that there's only one gritty bastard. So it looked pretty weird. It looked pretty bad. So if Alexander Isak would believe this, it would say like, okay, his teammates and everybody is completely turned because they are clapping at the fans singing that song, and that was not the case whatsoever. So let's watch the clip, and this is well, we already have it on there. So let's watch this and see how it goes. Come on now. Oh, there's no sound. Okay, there's no sound. So there's no sound there, but yeah. So there's one gritty bastard, blah blah blah. But the players are not clapping at that. They weren't even in that. They weren't
singing that at the time.
No, they were just being thankful
for
their
normal post game clapping.
So if you why would Sky Sports do that? We're going to talk about that in just a minute. But ads, thank you very much indeed for your £5 donation, man. Appreciate you very much for that kind of donation. This is refusing to play and train when still under contract by any players. Totally unacceptable. Players should not have that power to do that. Thank you very much indeed, mate, for that donation, keeping us going. And I agree with you. There's no double standard here. It is what it is. And if we didn't mention it at the time, then we mention it now and say that it's wrong. So, and by the way, none, if you want to get into the technical, literal comparison, none I've heard of in my entire lifetime. I may be wrong. We heard from Hamza that Carlos Tevez could have possibly come close to not training, not show up for work, and not travel with the team, and on top of that, go train with their old club. Imagine that. Carlos Tevez, if it was Carlos Tevez, says, screw this, I'm going to train with Man United. Like, are you fucking, like, it would be, this is all unheard of, man. It's the ultimate disrespect and constantly feeding to the media that I'm not bothered to play. I'm not going to play for Newcastle anymore.
Well, the main thing for me is Isak. All of this stuff that we're being drip fed by the media, and Isak hasn't once come out and refuted any of it. He hasn't said, "Look, this is bollocks." I haven't said I won't play. Da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. He hasn't. It's totally within his power to make a statement saying, "Look, yes, I told the club I want to join Liverpool, and etc. etc. But I have not refused to play. I have not refused to train. I did not refuse to go on the Far East tour." And that's what we don't know is that would he have went on the tour had he been asked to do so? Or not asked to, if he said, you're coming on the tour, and then if he turns around point blank and says, "No, I'm not," that's something the club should have told us. Instead of this mealy-mouthed, he reckons he's got a groin issue and all this shit. It's bollocks.
One thing that we tend to ignore, Mighty Win, is that silence is a form of communication, mate.
Yeah.
And if he's silent, he is, in my opinion, confirming everything because he thinks he will never have to come back to Newcastle ever again. It's irrelevant. He'll come back once a year, but he's not going to be bothered. Eventually, it will die down. Maybe his managers told him, "Look, it happened to Owen, it happened to many players. And they didn't die from it, so you'll be fine. You make your move." The problem is, though, in football, man, things. A great piece of advice is always to never leave a job in bad standing for anything, not just football, because you never know. You'll never know, man.
You've got to go back.
You'll never know. And
but who knows? As I've said also half a dozen times during this whole saga. If he does eventually come back and he starts sticking the goals in the back of the net, it'll all be forgotten. He'll never be a legend now. He'll never be truly accepted. This will always be stinking in the background. But if he comes back and starts scoring goals and we start winning football matches, people have short memories. Football fans especially are very, very fickle.
Well, I do agree, but in this particular, we've also never seen this amount of disrespect. Like Michael Owen, for example, can say whatever the hell he wants, right? But he will never be a manager for Newcastle United. And if you think about it, if he wanted to do that, if he wanted to be a manager right now, if he wanted to do that, you don't think that if Newcastle called for him, he would say no? No, he would come and coach, because it's only such a short amount of jobs. And he would. The problem is he will never get that job. And again, power to him if he doesn't care. But in football, you just never know, man. You never know. And so, but let's react to this Premier League thing, though, because people are having a go at Premier League, obviously. And we did.
Well, it's Sky. It's not the Premier League. It's Sky, isn't it? The red bias.
I see you, Mighty Wayne. I see you. Okay. Yeah, let's not say the Premier League. Let's say Sky. Okay. It's Sky, yeah, Sky. They have nothing to do with the Premier League. There's no, they're two different entities. That's right. Let's be technical, literal about it.
And the whole point is it's Sky editing.
Well, it is true. It is true. But why would they edit that? Why would they do that if this is true indeed?
To just further build up the fire on Isak going to Liverpool.
I almost feel like
That's
this
like
is
a personal message to Isak. Hey man, they want you out. They want you out.
Yeah, but this is
and the players and the manager do as well. The fact that they are clapping the song means they feel the same.
No, I know that. But I'm saying, isn't there? I mean, there's got to be a level of checks and balances here. I mean, because this is borderline sensationalism to a point that, I mean, this shouldn't be allowed. This is. That's why I don't know if this is real, because I couldn't imagine a huge company like this just doing something blatant like this, and Newcastle not saying, "Hey man, what's going on here?"
This is the underlying agenda that they've got, man.
Yeah, but this is so blatant. This is so in front of everyone's eyes. Like, I don't see Newcastle saying,
So
I
what to
want.
do?
Yeah, but why can't Newcastle say, hey man, what the hell's going on here? Why is your editors putting out something like this, lying to people? You don't think the Newcastle should do that? It'd be like, what's the difference between defaming someone and doing that? Thank you very much, Tony Ross, for gifting a membership, buddy. I appreciate you so much. We appreciate you very much indeed, and that's going to who's that going to? Vincent N. So Vincent, come on, man. Okay, you not a member yet? You've been watching for a long time, man. Come on now. But anyway, congrats on your membership. Please consider renewing and supporting the channel and enjoying exclusive content. If you are entered, you got to upgrade to
And there's
two
Vincent.
extra pounds.
Thanking him personally.
Exactly. There you go. And 2 extra pounds will give you everything that we put out on a monthly, weekly basis. So, but thank you very much for Tony Ross. Was it? Yeah, Tony Ross for gifting a membership. Appreciate you, mate. Thank you very much indeed. So Boneyard 1000 says, "Geez, Chris, that is so naive." But for example, if Craig Hope comes out and says, Isak, Paul Mitchell promised something to Isak, he said he didn't deserve the contract, so he lied to him. He didn't do what it was promised to him, and that's why Isak is upset. It's all about Paul Mitchell. He made the bad decision, the error to do that. And if that is a lie, that he is confirming his truth. Paul Mitchell has every right to say, wait a minute, I never done that. That's a lie. I never said that. I'll see you in court. Do you agree with that or no?
Well, yeah.
If he lies,
no. What Paul Mitchell did,
I'm saying if he
didn't
lied,
make the promise in the first place. It was Amanda that told.
I know that, but I'm bringing you an example of a lie, of a blatant lie, because some people did say, by the way, that Paul Mitchell never, that he's not at fault and he would have never said that, which I disagree. I think Craig Hope has some truth to it, but I'm saying if there is a blatant lie like that, I would, if I'm Paul Mitchell, I would definitely go out there and go after it, because that's a lie.
Well, obviously you can't, because it's true. But
I know that.
I'm not even saying that what Paul Mitchell did, and this is me defend Paul Mitchell, believe it or not. I'm not saying it was wrong, because at the time we're talking about, our PSR was so, nip and tuck, that we couldn't afford to give him it there and then. So again, as I understand it, he was told, give us another 12 months, which he did, and then we'll talk about it. But unfortunately, in that interim 12 months, Liverpool came along, turned his head, and so now with Mitchell then being gone, everybody else has dug their heels in. Mm-hmm. There's, as I've said again all along, there's blame on both sides. Isak should, whether it's 120 or 140, it's still showing 140 on Capology. But Craig reckons it's 100 it's showing 120 on Capology, but Craig Hope reckons it's 140 that he's on. Yeah. It's still not enough for a top quality striker. Now, the fact that he won't now sign a new contract, which he has been offered, nobody knows the details of what it is, but it'll be considerably more than 140 without a shred of a doubt. That's how we find ourselves in the situation that we're in right now.
Well, my original...
It's just been a cock-up from start to finish.
Well, it is, but my original point was about if there is a blatant lie. By the way, there's every report that Newcastle have told the media. A report that Newcastle United has told the media last week to stop with the sensationalism about leaking stuff to the media or like this. They have said this, that he won't play for the team, that he will not. Newcastle, I don't know, I can't remember what reporter put this out. I think all of them really said that Newcastle has told media to stop doing it. Who have they told? They haven't put it on X, so I'm assuming they have done that internally to whoever's in charge. I don't know, how do you do that? Maybe the Premier League, maybe So if that is the case, and Sky Sports makes a video like this, if it is true, there's no audio, by the way, on this thing. So I don't even know. We don't even know if they're singing or not. If they put the actual audio of there's only one gritty bastard, blah blah blah. But if they did that, to me, that's pretty strong, man. Why would it's that's towing the line with sensationalism and lying. So I don't know. Maybe I'm naive, as somebody said in the chat, but I would definitely send in a word because we gotta also make a statement. Not only asking 150, digging our heels in, but we also gotta make a statement to the rest of the Premier League. Stop with the BS because we're not gonna be. We don't care. We're not gonna be bending our arm. We're not gonna give in to the media pressure and none of that crap. So, and according to many reports, that's been done last week over reporters coming out and saying that Isak has told them this, that Isak's camp is this, that the Newcastle are blah blah blah. So there's a lot of pressure going on, Mighty Win, and you're giving into it, unfortunately.
How am I giving into it?
Because you just say, just as a video edited, man, no big deal.
No,
I don't know, man.
I'm absolutely saying it's a big deal. I'm saying it's typical, but it's nothing new. It's nothing. This isn't the first time this has happened. When Sky Sports have come out back in the big boys.
Yeah. But anyways, folks, we've had a great show. We had a lovely show, and it's been lovely having all of you on. Please be respectful. One thing that we need to be we did not bring politics into the chat. We need to be respectful. Please, please keep it respectful. One thing good about this weekend. One good thing about this weekend is that twat that made the comments to Semenyo is banned from every Premier League team. He can never go to a football match again. So that is the positive that people need to be talking about. Racism, we need to be against racism. But it's also important for us to all understand that racism is never going to go away. It's impossible. You can't tell people how. Hold on, when you can't tell people what to think. It's unfortunate. People, unfortunately, in this world, have a right to think how they want. But it's also the right of entities like the Premier League to not allow it. So when that is expressed, they kick the bastard out. As soon as they found out about it, they did great. So they should be praised for that. Liverpool stewards, Liverpool Football Club, and also the Premier League for now banning him for the rest of eternity. Then he's never going to be allowed anywhere else. And hopefully that makes an example out of any other idiots that want to do that to not do that. So that is that. It should be praised for that.
Exactly. Should be praised, not condemned.
Exactly.
Football is discrimination does not occur because of football or anything that happens in football.
There's just bigoted views by people in their own personal life, and it was dealt accordingly. And that's praise.
There's plenty more areas that you should be blaming for racism.
Yeah, which we're not going to get into right now.
In Britain, apart from football.
But again, that is not just Britain. That's everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? And I don't want to get political, but all of these talks mainly happen in countries, in great countries like Britain, like America, and a few others. Because I tell you what, in my country of Peru, you can't even think racism is not even a thing, and we have a lot of black people, we have a lot of his mestizo people, which is brown people like me, a lot of white people as well, a lot of all colors. Because you know what, man, we can't be bothered. We're bothered to go get a job and pay for our food. That's what we're worried about. Because we're a third world country, and we ain't got enough time to be worrying about all of this nonsense, but to just bring food to the table. So which is a great problem to have, to live in a great country. But that doesn't make our countries evil, bad, or any other sort. The great thing about this whole situation is that it was held accordingly. We got the job done. Liverpool, great job. They found the guy quickly. They got and great job for Semenyo as well. He shouldn't have been put in that situation, but he was put in that situation. So he dealt with it accordingly. He told, hey, this wanker is saying this stuff. I'm getting on and I'm playing. He scored a wonderful goal. Amazing, tough mentality. So praise for Semenyo. And the stupid person that said that, he's gone forever. So that happy ending for everyone.
But also, by the way, to tarnish the whole Anfield crowd as racist is nonsense. It was the crowd themselves who identified the kid that had done it.
Yeah, the crowd did that.
The crowd did that.
Yeah, exactly. And again, we need to clubs need to pay attention as well, because it's not the first time he's been aggressive, throwing his gum at people, at players. So in the grounds, if you see somebody like that, you're gonna have to start reporting. And listen, if you need to see the signs, maybe that's one thing that we need to be better at. Need to see the signs and act accordingly before it erupts. But either way, thank you to everybody that's tuned in the chat and everybody that's supported the channel today. All the super chatters, thank you, Gaming Magpie, for the first donation. Thank you again, Gaming Magpie. Thank you, DK35. Thank you, Ads, as well. And thank you, Tony Ross, for the gifted membership that gone to Vincent M. Anyways, folks, thank you very much indeed, all of you, for tuning in to NUFC Talk TV. We'll be live tonight with a Liverpool fan, with a panel, to discuss more on all things Newcastle United. So it could be a spicy
bored
one.
with it already, more Isak.
9:30 UK. We'll see you tonight, folks. Take care.
Away the lad.